The swimming and in life, there are ups and downs. There are controllable variables and uncontrollable variables. But ultimately, it's how you react that makes you who you are. So my earliest memory of swimming would probably be when I was training at the YMCA. I was maybe, I want to say either 4 to 6 years old. I lived in Florida, so I was going to be going to the beach, the pool a lot. So they want to make sure I was safe. And I started to develop a little passion for it. My mom was definitely the person that pushed me to be better than I was. She was extremely busy. She owned her own business, but she was always able to find time to come to my meets and pick me up from practice. And so she was the one that was pushing me to go to like top level colleges. And so she was absolutely thrilled when I went to Notre Dame. Within 20 minutes of being on campus, I knew that this was the place I wanted to be. There was just a smile that everyone gave me. There was a feeling of community and family, which is something that was extremely important to me. I remember my mom was walking past the grotto and her favorite flower was tulips. And so there was a line of tulips all along towards the grotto. And so she fell in love with the place as well. So I had really no idea what I was going into when I went home in December. So when I arrived, I noticed my mom was being a little quiet more than usual. She wasn't speaking as much. And then one day, I think 2 days after I got home and 2 days before Christmas, we had our family's best friends come in and they said, "Monty, we think you need to go to the hospital." And so they went, they did a brain scan. She had brain cancer. When you hear brain cancer, you know it's not a good sign. I started to do more research into it, and there was no escape. There was no, there's going to be a chance. And so that was something I had to start accepting very early on. And so I got in I don't want to say a big fight with my father, but a very heated discussion about whether or not I could stay home the next semester because I realized I don't have that much time left with my mom. But he was like, she would want you to keep on pushing for it. She does not want your life to stop because of this.
I think he has an appreciation for life at a different level. There's certainly a big part of what we do is swimming. And he's gung-ho about it. Like that's a big part of his life. But there's other things too. Luke leads with heart. Luke leads with care and support for his teammates. There's not a single person on deck who doubts how much he loves Notre Dame and how much this place means to him.
I would say ever since that moment, I was on a mission, and it was be the best for my mom. At ACCs, I was looking at the relay splits, and I was like, I think I can be faster than some of these guys. And so I trained another month, sometimes by myself, and I was determined. I wasn't going to let anything stop me at that point.
When you get somebody with character like Luke, there's no limits. There's no limits. And so anything he wants to do, he can do, and he's going to do it really well.
At the last chance meet, I didn't make the time my first time. And so I tried it again. I didn't make it the second time. But the third time I did. And I was able to swim fast enough times at last chance to qualify for NC2As. She was so happy. She was very proud of me, and there was no way they weren't coming to that meet.
Come on, Luke! Finish strong!
NC2As was the last meet that she was able to attend. But when I came back after the semester had ended, I knew that it was time. And I just started having to shift my mindset into a mindset of a caretaker role, really. And it became very clear to me that I was not going to be able to be a swimmer and caretaker at the same time.
We had conversations and came to the conclusion that this time is precious. You know, you don't get that back with your mom and with his mom. And so, you know, we made the decision for him to essentially redshirt last year so he could spend that time and take care of her and be there for his dad as well.
I got to see her that morning. Then I left for about 10 minutes, and then I came back and she had passed. And it was really emotional. You know, that's just how it's going to be. At that point, I had been on such a caretaker role, and where it was like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, that when that happened, the emotions just broke through.
Dear Luke,
Luke, dear Luke, I wanted to start by telling you that I'm so deeply sorry for your loss.
But please know you and your family are in our prayers. You have shown so much strength, and I'm so proud of you for standing by her side and caring for her through everything.
she would be extremely proud of you and the man that you've become.
Just remember, the whole team has got your back.
We are really missing you up here, man.
You're my brother for life, and I love you more than you know.
You never fail to put a smile on my face and make me feel better. I hope one day I'm able to do the same for you.
I hope that these notes show how much you mean to us, and we cannot wait to have you back on campus and back on our team.
Love, Fitzy. Love, Kaysen.
Sincerely, Ellie.
Love, Pup.
So I received cards from the entire team, from senior to freshmen that I had never even met.
Our teammates and our team came to me and said, hey, we want to do something special and just show love and support for Luke during this time and for his family during this time. So that was powerful. And that's the beauty of tragedy. In the face of something so difficult, there is triumph and there is love, and you cannot find a better situation that came out of something like this.
That was something I needed, because it made me feel like I still had a home at that point. Because I'm an only child. I basically lost half my family at that point, and I didn't feel like I had a home. I didn't feel like I had a family, and they came in and stepped into that role. From the moment I read those letters, I knew I wanted to come back.
And so 2 days after my mom passed, I was back in the water.
Did it surprise you at all that he came back?
There's two sides to Luke's story, and the tragedy is one side, and that's okay. That's part of this process. With that though, you have the triumph, and to me, that's Luke at his best. He emulates exactly what the kind of response you want from this. So he's a fighter. He's everything that his mom taught him was the example of his return. And that's the beauty of it.
It's hard to be focused on the little increments anymore. What I'm focused on is the feeling. It's the feeling of being a positive uplifter for the team. It's a feeling of being fast in the water. And it's not about the time. It's about the place and who you're doing it for. I was doing it for my mom, and I'm still doing it for my mom.